Hi everyone, I am Dr. Rehna Chawla from Cerebellum Academy. And with me, I'm very happy to have with me in a very nice background Dr. Prerna. She is cleared her FMGE exam January 2026 with very good marks of 180. And it's so nice to have you. Congratulations, first of all, to you and to your family. And Prerna, tell us about yourself. Thoda sa batao, then we'll move forward.
Yes, ma'am. Hello, ma'am, and I'm Prerna, actually Dr. Prerna, and I've cleared my FMG exam in my first attempt, and with 180 marks. And it's been an honor to just give you my interview. I've been dreaming it to give interview like this one day. So I'm very happy, and all thanks to the Cerebellum team and teachers and everyone. They have been very kind and very helpful. Yeah. So
Thanks, Prerna. And more than our effort, it is your efforts which have paid off. And I think now everybody tells me जब एग्जाम के लिए प्रिपेयर करते हैं कि मैम हम आप इंटरव्यू लेंगे I want to be interviewed. And I think that positivity is very important because that did or definitely always comes. And Prerna, tell us about yourself. आपने कहाँ से ग्रेजुएशन किया है?
मैंने यूक्रेन से अपना एमबीबीएस किया है एंड आई जस्ट
Okay.
ग्रेजुएटेड इन 2025. I came
Okay.
back to India in July, and July
Okay.
7th, and I enrolled into Cerebellum Academy mission classes, mission 200 plus. The classes started in July 15th, I remember, and
Hmm.
I came in July 10 or something like that. So I
Okay.
barely got time to, rest
Hmm.
and meet everyone. And
Yes.
I just started doing classes religiously. I followed all the mission
Mm-hmm.
classes completely, full with dedication, and I blindly trusted on Cerebellum. I so yeah, it helped me a lot.
I'm glad that blind trust has
Yeah.
paid off and very nicely. I mean, with such good marks you've cleared. Tell us about your journey, Prerna. Thoda sa. You started from 15th July. How was your
Yeah.
day? How did you follow the classes? What positives, what negatives did you find about the entire experience?
Okay, okay, ma'am. So I started doing my classes from July 15 onwards, and I used to do my classes every day. By hook or crook, I used to sit by 5 o'clock, and I used to attend all the lectures, all the classes of the teachers. And after the class, I used to do the late night PYQs, which used to
Okay.
come every day. So no matter
Okay.
what, even if there is any break day, still the team used to upload the
Yeah.
PYQs. So I used to give all the PYQs every day, and then in the morning I used to get up and revise whatever that has been taught in the class. So I had revised everything, and then
Okay.
I again used to attend the classes. So this was my preparation during the lab one. Then
Hmm.
again I got a 1 month gap of break period because new
Hmm.
classes started. So during that
Yeah.
time I got time to prepare for myself. I did my self study, and again I did a second revision of all the subjects. And
Okay.
then I attended lab 2. Then during the course of lab 2, it was my third revision. And then I attended the marathon classes, and it was my fourth revision. So in that
Okay.
way, I did completely. I blindly just kept on studying my workbook. And my strategy that worked on was that I completely did not depend blindly on the PYQs. मतलब बहुत बच्चे उसको रट लेते हैं ताकि ये
Hmm.
वर्ड है तो
Hmm.
ये वर्ड है तो ऐसे
Hmm.
ऐसे.
Hmm. Hmm. Hmm.
I used to do the question banks. I used to give the GTs, but I did not completely blindly just kept on mugging it up because I applied my concepts everywhere. And whichever questions were wrong, I used to look it and revise it again and note it down in my note copy. So in that way, I did, and I used to do the custom modules of NEET PYQs and INICT. And in that such way, I cleared the exam, and I was pretty much in the last day. Also, I remember my father was saying कि अब अभी क्या तुमने तो सब पढ़ लिया अभी आखिरी दिन है तो क्यों अभी तुम चिल करो
Hmm.
थोड़ा आराम करो बेटा and all. I was like
Hmm.
I was quoting your workbook of obs and gynae. It was
Hmm.
300 pages. I was just kept on reading every single page, every single line that you have taught, specially. And I remember I told my father that it's never last time until your last try.
Yeah,
So and
true.
yeah, the questions came. It was a very magical time. That turn was a very magical turn for me because when I was sitting in the exam, everything
Hmm.
that I revised in the late last night.
Last day, huh?
Yeah,
Last night. Okay, Kim.
yeah. it
And
came.
I'm very happy that so it's very important that you mentioned that you by hook or crook you sat in every class. I think that's
Yeah.
very important. अगर कभी कभी you feel ना very tired or very you don't feel like sitting, but it's important to know कि ना बस just सुनते रहो. You may not have to actually with that much attention. It's not possible. It's not humanly possible every day you do. There are days when you feel down and out, but just that listening, that passive listening also na so much information is entering your mind. And it's
My
important to just
motivation was
be there,
just,
show up
yeah,
every day. I think that's very, very important, and
my
not
motivation
give up. Yeah.
all the teachers who used to just teach us till night 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock. I used to get motivation from them because they literally used to drink tea and coffee and they used to wake themselves up so that they don't look
Yeah,
like they're sinking down and they're energy less. If they will radiate that
yeah,
energy, then students will not be able to. They will also
yeah,
sleep.
it
So
is
we teach with
true.
all the enthusiasm and energy till night, 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock. And I used to attend
Yeah.
the live classes also. By any which ways, I used to sit at 5 o'clock and I used to complete
No,
all the
that's very
classes.
important. So this few months before the exam, you have to give yourself your all. I
Yes,
think there is no compromise on studying and the effort and the hard work you put in. What is also important is the structure, as you mentioned, you followed everything and you got an extra revision also done in that 1 month, which you mentioned, which adds on. So the more revisions you do, the more result, of
yeah,
course, it will, the outcome would be better. That's very important. Revisions are important. And as you also mentioned, a very good point you mentioned was बहुत सारे लोग रट के चले जाते हैं कि ये वर्ड है तो ये आंसर है. I remember once a student messaged कि मैम ये image में तो इसका आंसर ये था, आपने तो कुछ और लिखा है. So that image was a image of prolapse, and he didn't see that the age and the type of patient we had asked had changed. So it's not, you don't have to just ratify the
yeah,
images. You have to see what is behind or what is being asked, and thoda sa you need to understand the content also. That becomes very important when you're answering questions, because questions are changing. A straightforward what is this image nahi puchte, they will ask you a whole history or story behind. Is bar bhi I think a lot of long questions came in the exam,
yeah.
and it's
So that's
important
what
not to
that
get
helped me.
lost. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what helped me because I focused more on concepts and the questions that
Yes,
came was
yes.
totally conceptual. There was nothing like this came from particular this PYQs and this.
Yeah,
Yes, PYQs
yeah.
had come, but there was a lot of conceptual questions, a lot of
Yes,
long paragraphical questions with
yes,
images and
yes,
a lot of
yes.
questions were there. So students were
Hmm.
not able to get the time to just analyze it and find the keyword and do it.
Hmm.
So that
Hmm.
was
Hmm.
one part, of course, of the paper, and it was very frustrating at that time. But
Was it
yes.
a lengthy paper? Because some students have told me it was very lengthy. So one thing they would want to tell their juniors is time management correct karna hai. What is your opinion about that?
The first part of the paper consisted of paraclinical subjects like
Hmm.
patho, micropharma,
Hmm.
biochem,
Hmm.
and
Hmm.
so those were like two-liners, three, four-liners like that. But the second part was, of course, it was all clinical subjects. So
Hmm.
it had to be a bit of lengthy questions. But yeah, this time
Okay.
it was a very lengthy paper. Like
Hmm.
what they like in each section, they continuously kept on giving lengthy questions. At every question, there was not a break of single liner or two liners like to give a break to the student.
Okay. They were
So
all lengthy questions. Got
almost
it.
all कुछ थोड़ा बहुत like some were
Hmm.
like two minors, but the rest everything were lengthy questions. But the hack was that you have to find the keywords in that, the buzzwords.
Okay.
You have to see
Okay.
what the examiner is actually asking. There were a lot of confusing information which was not needed, which was unnecessary. So
Yeah.
yeah, so I built up my concept, so that's why I could able to apply that there.
Do it.
I totally on concepts. ये जो भी सब हुआ है सब concept सब मैं मतलब I totally revised my workbook 4 times. I completely used to revise, and many
That's a
students.
very good I mean number to achieve. We usually say three revisions to karne ही करने, and you managed four in the same time. Hats off to you, to your dedication, to your hard work. Prerna, tell me one advice that you want to give to juniors listening to this interview. One
I
piece
would
of
first of all,
advice.
yeah, I would first of all advise them to actually take admission, join cerebellum mission classes because because I'm not just promoting, I'm just telling honestly. I have literally personally messaged every 19 teachers that thank you so much, thank you so much, thank you so much. So I'm really short of words because actually they have planned the schedule so strategically that each student gets a lot of time to do self study, because the class starts at 5 o'clock, and then we
Yeah,
get a break in between in the
yeah,
dinner break, and also just write a
yeah,
lot कि मैम अब ये हो रहा है सर अब ये हो रहा है थोड़ा break थोड़ा break, तो teachers break दे देते. So they were very sweet. They used to very much interact with the students. They used to start read all the comments, and they used to answer them. They used to clear the doubts. So that is a misconception that if it is an online class, then how will the doubts be cleared? So it is not like that. Of course, students, teachers used to give their personal numbers also. They used to give, they used to read the comments also, and they used to answer them and give them clear the doubts. So yeah, and then the classes used to end by 12, 11, depends on the subject and the lengthiness of the course. So then you get whole day time till next day 5 o'clock. I mean almost like 12 hours, 15 hours extra you get
yeah,
to just
yeah,
do self.
yeah.
Even
Revise everything.
yeah, even if you sleep, I used to sleep for 8 hours. Everybody used to say कि मतलब इतना इतना ये वो. I used to take my whole complete sleep. I
Like sleep is also very important. Sleep, you should not
Yeah,
compromise on sleep. You should not sleep too much, but 8 hours is good sleep. And
yeah.
that's
I
also
so
important. And with
yeah.
8 hours of sleep, getting in 4 revisions in 5 months is excellent, Prerna. Hats off to your hard work and your dedication. And what are your future plans, Prerna? थोड़ा सा बताओ,
Future
what is
plans.
what do you want to do?
अभी तो मुझे सेरेबेलम पढ़ के मुझे सारे सब्जेक्ट्स बहुत अच्छे लग गए. सो आई डोंट नो व्हाट आई विल डू इन द फ्यूचर, बट आई विल ऑफ कोर्स गिव माय बेस्ट. एंड या
Yeah.
अबाउट द cerebellum, one more thing I wanted to say, that even if a student doesn't do his own self study, cerebellum will make you do the revision by giving the marathon and lab classes. So
Mm.
lab 1, lab 2, lab 3. So if you
Mm.
even if a student only listens and just do the questions also, he will be able to clear
Mm.
the exam very easily. So that is a very plus point, that you have to just sit down and listen, and
Listen.
those
Yeah.
8 hours, 7 hours of classes, you just have to focus and listen them, and then just do the PYQs and give the GTs. And of course, I would suggest them to do more neat PYQs rather than just relying on FMG PYQs. So yeah, that is the whole trick. That cerebellum is very good. So I'm very happy. I'm very
That
contented with.
that sums up everything very nicely. So it was lovely talking to you, Prerna. You're just radiating positivity. It's
Thank
your smiling face, and I'm sure, of course, it is a reason to smile. But आपसे बात करके ना बहुत अच्छा लग रहा है.
I
Just
would really
very
like to tell you
positive
that
person.
this is my fan moment to talk to you in person and just say you thank you, because Raina ma'am, literally I'm telling you, gynae, it's such a vast subject
Yes,
which has a very
yes,
weight-bearing
but it's a very
role.
easy subject.
Yeah, it is a very beautiful subject. I never had
Yeah.
studied gynae. Actually, I used to fear. मतलब मैं जब prepare करती थी during my
Hmm.
MBBS time, मैं
Hmm.
gynae
Hmm.
को gynae अच्छा हो जाए, gynae अच्छा हो जाए, ऐसे ऐसे होती थी मैं. And I blindly actually I started from the scratch in the mission classes. I just used to listen you and just revise. That's it. उतना मतलब और दिमाग नहीं चलाती थी किसका क्या क्या सब्जेक्ट खत्म हुआ कैसे हुआ ये वो. So I literally blindly trusted, because many seniors of mine have just suggested me to blindly rely on
Same
cerebellum, and
thing.
every senior of mine have cleared from cerebellum actually. So the plus point is you get a lot of self study time. So if you use it, then it will be very very beneficial for the students. So of course that really helped me a lot, and I listened them. I listened my instinct and God's blessings and parents' blessings. Of course, there were many times that I almost gave up. There were many
Yeah.
times. There were
Yeah.
many times. मतलब I used to cry, and I used to think about God. I used to just pray to God. I did not used to cry in front of my parents because I don't want to give them that
Hmm.
stress. अरे बेटा तुम
Yes.
रहने दो मत पढ़ना, तुम्हारी सेहत तुम्हारी
Hmm.
तबीयत अच्छी
Hmm.
होनी चाहिए. So I never used to share with them, but I used to cry, and I used to just cuddle my dog, and so that was very beautiful journey, and that is a very
Yeah.
beautiful story to share.
So
And
yeah, so every journey has its ups and downs, but as you said, na, and you're radiating positivity so much, I think you as a person are very positive, and you're able to manage all those
yeah,
downfalls or feelings very well. You managed all that. And yeah, having a dog is very important. I also have a dog. And जब भी मन खराब होता है ना, you just go and hug your dog and everything
Yeah,
seems so
feel
much
like not
better.
independent, happy, happy. So
Yeah.
yeah, that really helped me, and thanks to all the teachers. Yeah. So
Thank you,
there were a lot
Prerna.
of times.
Lovely having you. Lovely having you here. And looking forward to meeting you and interacting with you again.
And ma'am, last thing I would like to just
Yeah, sure.
tell my juniors that if there will be times that they will think that अरे हमने 3 बार पढ़ा 4 बार पढ़ा हम वहां भी
Hmm.
पढ़ के आए खत्म करके आए but याद नहीं हो रहा याद नहीं हो रहा and that is really completely normal because when I used to prepare I used to think that I should have a brain scan or something because I'm not able to remember anything even if I like studying again and again why am I forgetting everything how is it possible I'm
Because
reading each and every
there is so much to learn. It is
yeah.
natural. It is normal. It's not, we're not machines, we're after all human.
Yeah, so I just used to cry over the fact that 4 बार पढ़ा फिर भी 4 बार
Hmm.
कैसे मतलब कैसे so that comes again and again that self doubt comes again and again so I would like to tell
Hmm.
all the juniors that that thought will be very much common and that will come again and again in your brain in your mind but just think one thing that इतना दूर तक तो आए हो इतना दूर बस 6 महीने बस
Hmm.
4 महीने बस इतना तो कर लिया रो रो के ही कर लो सही कैसे so just I want to tell them that don't worry if even if you forget just do the question banks and just ask doubt your teachers and keep on just reading and it will really bring magic and I did a lot of silly mistakes I did a lot of I could have easily achieved maybe 200 but I did a lot of silly mistakes I did not get time during the course of yeah one more negative thing I just experienced in me that
Hmm.
I was not able to put in more time in GTs. I did not able to just review it
Okay.
because because I did not get time during the course of revision. There
Yeah.
was that's such a vast syllabus. So
Yes.
it took a lot of time to revise and just keep on revising. So I
So
would tell
one
them to
advice you will give is to probably, if
yeah,
time allows, to review the GTs.
review the GT and at least give 4 to 5 GT. I gave 3 GTs and
Okay.
I barely could able to review them because I did not get time
Okay.
actually. So
Right.
I did not get time. So I will tell them that do question banks and give
Hmm.
GTs and follow the your mission notes and all the classes. Do the classes and yes, it will work. And thank you so much.
Thank you, Prerna. Lovely talking to you. Good
Me
night.
too. Same to you. Thank you. Okay. Good night.
Bye. Bye.